Recently, I decided I wanted to make an animation for my game showcase, which is the first showcase I've done. You can see that right here. I thought it'd be a fun time to get more acquainted with the Movie Maker as I have been using it over the last couple of months. And even though I talk a little bit about it in this video, I decided, why don't I just go and also make a tutorial video to show for people who have been interested in messing around with this or just wonder, how can I make animations in S&box? Well, this is your video. First thing I do want to say is, number one, I am on the staging version of the Movie Maker and also the S&box editor. By the time that you end up seeing this, more than likely it's going to be already in the stable or release version of S&box, so you shouldn't have to worry too much. Plus, certain things that you might notice that are a little bit buggy or whatnot are probably going to end up being fixed as you're viewing in the past. What is Movie Maker? Movie Maker is pretty much, I'm going to just summarize this up. It's the source to filmmaker kind of just rebuilt and redone inside the S&box editors, not a separate window or anything like that. It's built right into the editor, so it allows you to create animations, in-game cinematics, and sequence events that you can do, again, right in the editor, which is really awesome. So this is the animation that I have on screen right now. This is the first half of the animation I did, which is early access, as you can see on screen right now. It's a little borked because I kind of messed some stuff up, but I know now, so you don't have to worry about that. But either way, this is just the introduction. I'm going to go over the basics, and if you need any more details that I'm just not describing within this video, there is also documentation for Movie Maker, which I highly recommend you go and look into more if I'm not covering it just for the sake of this video. They're always updating it, and if you really don't have a way of like figuring out how to do something, I would recommend 100% to go to the S&box Discord and ask questions there, as you'll be able to get answers in real time. We're going to start off with the basics. Right now, what you're seeing is the timeline itself, and you're also seeing a bunch of sequence blocks. Now, we're not going to get into that just yet because this is kind of another addition which we're going to get into. If you want to create a new one, all you have to really do is go up to View and then Movie Maker, right? So as you can see right now, we pretty much have an empty movie clip that is here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to bring in a random model. We're going to say this couch. Okay, we're going to put this couch right here. The couch is in the hierarchy that we have it. Let's click back on the Movie Maker tab. And let's say we want to animate this couch to go forwards and backwards, right? So pretty much what you want to end up doing, as it describes here, is click and drag it. And you'll see here, it says drag here to create a new track. So you do that, boom, let go, and it creates it. So it will provide all the properties that you need for you to animate. So let's go over through some of the basics of the toolbar that's here. You can record, which is what you want to do if you want to record it in real time, either models that are moving, or if I just want to record by hand, which is like just moving this instead of just clicking and then moving it somewhere and then clicking to make another keyframe. Play button, simple. This is the loop button, so you could toggle looping to see the animation looped. Playback speed, toggle playback sync. So pretty much what this says is, when enabled, all movie players in the scene will sync with the currently open one when previewing a frame. You have the keyframe editor, which is fairly basic, and you have the motion editor. So it's the same thing, kind of like how Source 2 Filmmaker was when it comes to just trying to animate things and then mold them together, if that makes any sense. The automatic track creation, which basically means anytime that you make any sort of changes, it will create a track automatically, which is really nice to have if that's what you want. You have the keyframe on click, which is also nice too, because we're going to turn that on for right now. And then here you have keyframe interpolation. So you have linear, quadratic, and cubic. Okay, so we have our couch here. So we just want to move it forward, right? So all we really have to do is, one, make sure that your playhead is all the way at the start, and you can create a keyframe by just moving this, right? Or you could just click it too if you want, so that it can remember the position. So we're just only going to move the local position to make it move forward. We're going to go to then 2, and then from there, all we have to do is click and drag. Now, as you can see, it will show you the path that's going to go out and also the speed. So as you can see, as we move it back and play it, boom. It moves the couch. You can also do the same thing. Let's say you're in the middle of the animation. You can move it and then it'll do it again. Now, by default, this should be either on quadratic or cubic. I don't really remember too much. I think it's on cubic now because I have it on cubic. As you can see, it smoothens out the animation per keyframe. You're also able to highlight it again and then change it between the two. Again, as I had it on quadratic, so it does that. Now, we're going to get even more interesting with this, right? Because you are able to add components. So as you can see on the right side, we have the inspector. Now, again, this is the couch. We have it selected because in the hierarchy, it is highlighted. So each game object has a bunch of components that you can add to it. Let's try a camera. So we're going to just delete this couch for right now, even though it's a beautiful couch. The couch still stays. It's not deleted unless you delete it out of the hierarchy. You're just deleting the animations in general. And we're going to create a new camera. So all you have to do is right click on create, and then create new camera. So we're just going to name this camera testing. All right, I hate to do this, but I have to draw all the gizmos, but we're just not going to look this way because it's a lot of gizmos in this map. We have our camera here, right? And as you can see, it shows you the viewfinder and also the preview that's right here. Let's say, for example, we want to animate something within our camera, right? We click and drag it all the way here to create a new track, and then we go to the right side. Now it shows all the different type of components that are here. So we can add post-processing effects and animate those post-processing effects. So let's say, for example, I want to kind of make it super blurry and then not blurry anymore. We're going to add blur as a component. And as you can see, we can do this stuff. So what you would do is click on the parameter that you want to animate and then drag it over to the track, and it should automatically add it. As you see, it says here, blur testing. So it says size. So now that we have that, all you have to do is just animate it. It'll create a keyframe that is here. And then we'll go to 2 seconds. And then from here and go back, click and play, and it animates it. This is really cool if you want to create a fade in or some sort of effect that you want to go for. That's really awesome. I ended up using this sort of effect in terms of de-blurring the image and also fading in the image with brightness and contrast. It kind of creates something really cool. Very, very, very awesome stuff that you're able to do with this, which is really, really nice. And you can get pretty crazy with this. It's very dependent on your components that you want to animate. So just be a little bit aware this could get a bit crazy. So depending on what you use it for, you can use it for a lot of different things. But again, you are able to animate components, movie resources, stuff like that. So you can get very creative as the movie maker is your oyster. Let's go to the motion editor because I have to go over the basics. So let me go back and I'm just going to do a little animation starting from here. And then we're going to go to 5 seconds starting here. All right, let's go and click on this motion editor. Now, with the motion editor, for all my S2, FM, and SFM people, you probably know what I'm going to do right now. We're going to select with Shift and then left click a selection of the animation, which is in the middle, right? And in this blue section that is here, I can pretty much move or do whatever I want with this. So we're just going to put this in the middle. I'm going to press Shift again and use my scroll wheel. And as you can see, there is now a fade that is happening. In the motion editor, you're able to animate things in a way to overlap in the animation. I hope I described that right. It's a little weird, but I'll show you in a minute. So we just have a simple in the keyframe editor. Originally, what we did was we went and we moved it from just going left to the right. In motion editor, I moved it in a way where it's going to, in the middle, go back. So as you can see right here, it shows it's kind of moving and then it moves back and then moves to the right again. We're going to smooth this out a little bit more. And as you can see, this is a big area. So let's say we kind of want to shorten the amount of time because this is a lot of time in the middle here. You can take these bars that are right here and you can click and drag them. So I want this to be shorter. You are able to shorten and lengthen the amount of time that it fades into and also the length of this specific animation. So since it's moving back this way. Also, while you are able to move this part of it back to extend the duration of where this specific area that you want to kind of animate the duration for that, you cannot do that for the front part. I did try to do this and it resets it every time. This just does it to extend it from here, or you could extend it from here too. As you can see, it's a little messy. Let's see if we want to kind of smoothen this a little bit more. So we're going to apply it here, do it one more time. And what we can do is we are able to ease in and out or ease in or ease out. So it's really up to you as there's 2 new options that are here. There is also another method to smoothing this out. But as you can see, you're able to do that this way. Really cool if you want to smoothen things out or add some other sort of animations. Fairly basic stuff if you've ever messed around with Source Filmmaker or Source 2 Filmmaker. So let's say, for example, we like this, right? This is exactly what we wanted, even though it is what it is in terms of this animation. It's not the greatest, but we like this. We want to save this because if you do anything else, this is an embedded movie clip. You decide to make, I guess, just like something new, it will not save it. Okay. So if you want to save it, the best thing you want to do is click here and then click on Save Movie As. Make sure it's not embedded. Okay, make sure it's a new movie resource. From here, you click it, and then I have a specific movies folder. You will not have this. You have to create this, just create this for the sake of organization. So we're just going to create this and say camera test video, right? And we're going to press save. And now it says camera test video. Now, what I like to do is normally I would like to take out the time to create one movie player that's specifically for whatever I'm going to animate it for, because we're going to get more into this in a minute. And then if I want to have all those clips, movie sequences in one, I would then create a grouped clips. So another movie player specifically for the grouped clips. Hence why we have it like this, where I just only want this. And from here, what I can then do is, because now I have all these sequences grouped together, I would right click and then click on import movies. And then from there, as you can see, we have camera test video.movie. It will also show folders that you have within the movies folder that you can go to and then see all these other ones. So this was the other thing that I had. So we're going to click it. And then boom, it brings it up. Now you are able to go and trim this. You're able to move this around, a whole bunch of other stuff, and play it in the sequence. Now for this one specifically, I do have a main camera sequence, which I'm just going to delete this for right now. And I'm just going to click play and it's going to play it. And there you go. This is pretty much how I ended up making the first part of the animation. Was originally all I did was I would separate each one of these animations, like depending if it was, let's say, for example, these two people that are here, right? These two people or actors I had put into right here. So this was both actor 5 and actor 6. Now, this animation will not show because, again, I messed up and did something here. But like I said, what I like to do is I like to take out the time to, if it's a car, if it's something, whatever it is, I would take all of that, animate it, and then make it into a sequence block. Then from there, I can go and put all my sequence blocks together, and then I can organize them by when they should come in and when they should stop. Hey, future Iridium here. So I'm probably going to put this in here for the sake of answering this question, because I know a lot of people are going to figure, well, how do I even do this? And I forgot to mention this when I was talking about the last topic. So if you want to create a character that you can animate and you're like, how do I do that? How do I get it where it looks like there's like all the bones and everything? All you have to do is the following, right? Come over to the hierarchy right here, press create. And then from there, you can go and either you could do an empty or you could do a player controller. The only reason why you probably wouldn't want to do a player controller specifically for animating is because by the time that you end up going to click play, you're probably going to end up controlling that character with your mouse and keyboard, and you don't want that. If you want characters that are static, but you can animate them, you create with the empty, right? So you create the empty, you name it actor, or I'll just name it acto. And then from here, you go to the inspector, you go to add component, click search, type in skinned, make sure it says model render skinned. And then from there, you have to click on model. Now, it's probably going to pop up a window like this where you have to go and find it. And if you're wondering where to go to find it, I'm going to tell you that right now. Go to your Steam, right click on it, go to manage, browse local files. And then when you come here, what you want to do is make sure you go to add-ons. And then from there, citizen, assets, then models. If you want the sausage character, you would go with the citizen. And then from here, you want to use the regular citizen. Do not use this SFM one because it's just a larger model. I don't even know why this is even in here, but so copy this folder path, then go and make sure that while this window is still open, press V and then click on the citizen and it should pop up right here as it instantly loads. Now, if you want the human, you go back one to where it says models and then you go to citizen_human. Then you can click on female or male, and this will obviously show you the male or female. So here's our female. And then as you can see on the right side, it says model render skinned. Okay. What you want to do is you want to go to where it says, it's probably like minimized like this unless it's expanded already, but it says animation and it'll say use animation graph. You can use the animation graph if you want to. When you click play, this character should be animating. I don't know why it's not. This character should then animate since it is using the animation graph. And if you unclick it, then pretty much you could choose a sequence of different animations, which will just play it over and over and over again in loop. Most of the time, you kind of want to turn it off if you just don't want to have any sort of animations at all, like an idle animation or other things like that. Turn it off. Now, if you want to see the bones, you should see that it says create bone objects. You press it here and all the bones pop up. Now, to make your life easier, what you're going to do is this, right? Make sure that this actor, drag it to the movie maker. What you want to do is make sure you click on pelvis, spine, spine 1, spine 2, neck, head. Okay, that's 1. Clavicle left, clavicle right. Click arm upper left, arm upper right, arm lower left, arm lower right. And if you want to animate the hand and fingers, you would click on hand left and hand right. Okay, so you have all these different types of things you can go through and click, right? What I want you to then do is click on pelvis, hold shift, click all the way down to legs, upper right and left. Click and drag it here and let it go. Now you have almost, I know for the sake of the video, but you have every single bone that you can animate over time. You just have this here, and then we'll go a little forward, and then we have like a smacking animation. Just be aware that this will get very, very difficult over time because you then have to try to keep track of everything that is here. I'm not sure how it's going to properly work down the line, but I mean, as you can see, there isn't much other bones that are animated here, so it's easy to find what you need, which is the location position of arm upper left, or actually, no, excuse me, right. There is other methods to animating this without having to animate it within Movie Maker. There's the anim graph and there's a bunch of other stuff, which this is not the video for that, but I'm just letting you know it's possible. This is a second sequence. And if I go and I click play, it looks like a hot mess, right? And I'm going to describe that in a minute. Both of these actors are using the anim graph animations, meaning that there is an animation graph that is playing in the background that was made for these characters, okay? And as you can see, when I click on one, which is actor 5, which is our medieval Terry that's here. Now, sometimes the animation graph does bork out a little bit, but I was able to pose this Terry specifically for this, right? Because I wanted this Terry to be sitting and also kind of like animated moving, which looks a little goofy, but it just fit for the animation. I also have the animation graph running for this character that is, right here. So both of these characters are using the animation graph. Even though it is playing, it's borked. And I learned the hard way how to prevent this. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that if it's in this corner, I'm not sure if it's going to be in this corner or if they're going to move it inside of the preview that's here because the UI changes. So depending on where it is that you have to play the game, not the animation yet, play the game, you click play. And now, as you can see, my character's moving because there's a player controller that's there for a minute. And I'm going to go back to my grouped clips too. As you can see, now it's fine. You don't have to worry about this or anything like that. Let me just put this over here just to make it a bit easier and then press escape because I'm moving the character. So as you can play right here, it's working fine. This is a part of the animation that I edited where he turns his head and whatnot. That's not a part of the animation graph. Again, he looks like he's moving, he's playing because I animated his thumbs. He's looking at the camera, smiling. And then you have this character in the back that is actually moving. So this character that is right here, as you can see, is moving, which is really cool. This is a feature, just like you could in Source Filmmaker, where you can record your character's movements. Originally, if you were to play this, as you can see, it looks terrible. And the reason why is because you did not click play on the game itself so that I could properly play it. This, I'm not sure if this is just kind of intended or not, but either way, this will help you out if you're trying to record the screen or just for your animation and you're wondering why is it not working. It's because you did not click play on the game itself before you decided to play the animation in Movie Maker. So let's talk about recording. So again, you could toggle record right here and it can record all of your movements in real time. It'll make a keyframe for everything. For our character that is right here, which I'm pretty sure is, what's his name? Yep, it's number 7 here. So for this character, which I'm going to go here and then also go to actors, edit. Okay, we're just going to do this for the sake of this. Since you can't really see the animation right now, I can't really find out the second. But with this character, if you wanted to go and record movements, like I literally moved my player around, all I did was I went and I created a player controller, which if you want to create a player controller, you have to go to the empty part of the hierarchy, right click, click create, and then from there, create a player controller. Now, when you do, make sure that you go to the player controller and there should be a camera, like a camera component, a part of the player controller. Right click on it and remove that feature. Reason being is because when you go to click either to play or to record, it will go to the POV of that player or actor. And that's what you don't want because you already have a camera already, which is the main camera, which is this camera right here. Now that you have your player controller, you already have the input feature, animation, all this stuff that is here. All you really have to do is make sure to first click record. Well, actually, no. First, make sure that the actor is in your embedded movie clip. And then from there, once that's done, you click play and then you click record. As you can see, character's right here. He's just moving as I'm moving my mouse all over the place. You click record. And then you move your character around and it should record all of the animations that you need for that character. Once you're done, you press escape, press it again, and it should automatically have it. You can save it as a sequence, whatever it is that you need to do, and it should be finished. If you want to view the animation, you will be able to do so again, as it shows it right here, but it's kind of messed up because I messed up the animation. It will show you, but it's going to screw up because again, you have to click play and then click play on the Movie Maker. It's a little confusing, I know, but once you get used to it, you should be fine if that's what you want to do with the animation. I think I covered a good chunk of some of the basics. I'm sorry if this was a little bit all over the place. I have tried my absolute best and I recommend when it comes to anyone that's messing around with Movie Maker, please check the documentation because it goes into absolute painful detail if that's what you need. And hopefully this video could be as of help for you to get started on making animations or machinimas in S&box. This is something that I'm super excited for. I've tried messing around with this for the last couple months and I made all different types of animations. It's a lot of fun and I'm very excited to see what people come up with in terms of animating or doing certain things using the Movie Maker. Otherwise, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are interested in more in S&box, check out this video right here on screen. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace.